I'm answering phones, back at O Pictures, in between cool experiences and whatever, trying to like figure out when I'm gonna get my next directing job. And there's this woman named Alexa Balatzos who works at O Pictures and who's to replace Kate Miller as the director's rep. And so she's repping the directors now. And there's another director there that's coming up named Jeff Moore. And he's like this cool surfer dude, a little bit of a junkie. I think Alexa's fucking him, I'm not sure. Seems like she certainly could be. Not mad at her, he was super cute. The first time we had lunch together, she wanted to go to Indian food, and I'd never had Indian food before. And I said, oh, I've never had that. And she's like, we should try it. And I was like, I don't know if I'm thrilled about trying Indian food today. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, getting you to try new stuff is like, you're like an old lady, old and set in her ways, like Miss Daisy. Oh, you're driving Miss to get her to try new things, and so then I became Miss all around the office at O Pictures, misgendered in the workplace in 1994 and 1995, Miss, which of course triggered every ounce of PTSD from my childhood. That now at O Pictures in Hollywood, I was gonna not only being misgendered in a queenie gay way, making fun of me, laughing, haha, but how bad was this gonna get? How ridiculous do I look with someone calling me Miss all the time? And yes, I'm like flamboyant and dynamic, and especially at this time I was working the shit out of my platform boots, my Limelight t-shirt, newly roided out muscle body. I was starting to do testosterone at this time, so I was starting to get jacked. I went over 200 pounds for the first time, but I was still like, you know, fun, fabulous little me on my platform boots. I should be able to be me in the workplace and not be misgendered, and I know that the kids these days would have had a field day with this, but back in the day, it was just what people did to you, and I just sort of had to live through the agonizing PTSD triggeringness of this thing in the office. It sucked. At the phones, Tom Davis, who was Tamara Davis's brother, she was one of our directors. She was married to Mike D of the Beastie Boys. And Tom Davis was our runner. Well, Tom Davis showed me how to listen in on phone conversations with people on the phone system. There was a button you push after you transfer the call where you could listen in on the call. And everyone did this. Don't get all fucking, how dare you invade our privacy. I didn't hear anything really at all anyway, and I only listened to it when it was about me. At one point I'm there, I'm answering the phones. Sharon Robertson from Atlantic Records calls me, and she's like, hey, is that you? I'm like, yeah, it's me. And she's like, hey, I really wanted to talk to Alexa about you. After Sugar Tooth, she's like, I want you to write on this video I have for Jewel, this new artist named Jewel. And she's a brand new artist that we just signed, and her first single is called Who Will Save Your Soul? And I want you to write a treatment on it. Why don't you patch me through to Alexa? We can talk about it and see, how we get this treatment from you. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited. It's so great. Thanks, Sharon. And so I patch her through and I listen. And I probably shouldn't have, because it really changed the course of my life in terms of my directing and my becoming an editor at this point. But I listened, and Alexa actively unrecommended me. It was like, oh, he's too green. You should use Jeff Moore. He ended up getting the job. I didn't even get to submit a treatment. Hearing her get rid of this job for me that was very much a me job, and I very much could have directed the shit out of this project. At the moment, especially with her calling me Miss all the time, I was like, I'm never gonna get ahead here. I'm never gonna get proper representation. She's never gonna be like, oh, let's be all about making this happen for him. And I realized that, and I just like, that's it, I quit. I went up and I told Anita, I walked right upstairs, I'm like, I quit. She's like, what? I'm like, I quit. I didn't tell them why, obviously. I couldn't. At the time, this was 30 years ago, suck my dick. I left O Pictures that day. Anita was really sweet. She's like, well, she knew a freaked out little gay boy like me was like not gonna have an easy time of it at Hollywood at all. And so she was like, okay, go see my friend Nancy Bennett. She has a production company in West Hollywood called Zeitgeist. She's family. She's lesbian, she's family. And she'll take care of you. And so I go and I kind of throw myself on Nancy Bennett's mercy. Hi, I'm here and Anita sent me. I would love to work with you. The great thing is that when I left O Pictures, Sharon gave me a whole bunch of stuff to leave, like a couch, like a really cool, huge Modernica couch. It was like probably like a $4,000 couch from a Peggy Sirota Fanta orange soda commercial we shot. A whole phone system and a whole bunch of other stuff, like some chairs. And so Nancy was really happy I kind of came with a dowry, like of all this stuff for the office. Jokingly at one point was like, oh, we should change the name of this production company to A Fag and a Dyke Productions. Like that would be funny because she was super dykey and I was super faggy and it was just super cute. Nancy Bennett would host the most incredible lesbian parties in West Hollywood, a veritable who's who of the Velvet Mafia. The L Word is based on Nancy's group of friends. It's also my idea. Portia de Rossi, Countess Francesca Gregorini, Carol Rosenthal, Alexandra Hedison. Little L Word trivia. Alexandra Hedison made it all the way from being a very real part of this party girls group to being an actress throughout the series all the way to the very last episode of the L Word, then on to marry Jodie Foster. Lesbian royalty perfection. Jackpot. Alexandra's very cool. She was always so nice to me. She used to hang out in Nancy's office. She was very, very cool. Very, very cool chick. Jodie Foster did really well. Very, very sweet. I love that. I love that. That makes me really happy. Congratulations, ladies. An endless list of fabulous women attended Nancy's parties. I had the best time at these parties as the only boy there. Lesbians are kind to sexy, muscular boys, especially if you are the only boy there. Lesbians like a token muscle gay boy they can boss around. Nancy was yet another Jewish woman, business owner like Sharon. I was always in good hands with women like this, my fearless leaders. One night at one of Nancy's epic parties, producer Amy Letterman's birthday party, Nancy had a cutout of Amy made for the women to take pictures with. It was so chic, so cool. Casablanca lilies abound. I bought them all out of pavilions and filled her house. I'm sitting here at this fab party watching what I believe would make a great TV show. I turn to Nancy's former assistant, lesbian producer Michelle Abbott, and I say, someone should mic and camera these parties. There's a great TV show happening right here in front of us. I believe Eileen Chaikin, who is at this party with her partner Miggy, somehow steals it from Michelle and runs with it, then must add her as a co-creator later. Some such shit. Anyway, the idea was mine first. This night was the night the L Word idea was born, from my lips to Michelle Abbott's ears. You're welcome, ladies. And it was Michelle Abbott's first. I did tell it to her. It was mine. It was my idea. And I told it to Michelle, and then somehow she must have mouthed off about it. It's a good idea. And then I guess Eileen Chaikin picked up on it, because I remember there was drama. She had to add her later as a creator, as a co-creator. I think she had to sue her for the idea, but in actuality, it was mine first, and I told it to Michelle. And I'm happy that it's Michelle's show to do. She's a lesbian. I'm not a lesbian. And so good that Michelle ran with it, but she probably shared it too quickly, and that's what happened. But it was her idea first before it was anyone else's, because it was mine, and I told it to her. So there you go. Hope that settles it. We had a really good time, Nance and I, and she rented an Avid. I learned really well looking at other people do stuff and imitating it or mimicking it or looking at what they're doing and how they're doing. Oh, okay, that's where that button is. Okay, all right. And so I kind of learned the Avid that way, just looking over her shoulder. She never actually sat down and taught it to me, but she would, let me sit and watch her work, and then I could play on it at night. That's how I started to learn the Avid. Tori Amos. Nancy calls me from out of town. You must go interview Tori Amos. We need it on tape and I can't be there. Get a nice hotel room and set it up. So I book us into the Four Seasons in Beverly Hills, a penthouse. I invite my dear friend from CalArts, Adam Kaplan, who is such a mensch and so lovely. Only problem is Adam forgets to set the audio levels on the deck correctly, and the entire interview is recorded soft. You can barely hear anything. I fixed this for Nancy right away in sound sweetening that costs a fortune. The interview went on for hours. I just adored sitting and talking with Tori. She was just amazing. I remember her manager there wanted to pull her out of the interview. It was going on so long. We had this incredible connected conversation about life. Tori Amos is the shit. She's really genius.
Hi, we're here at the Tori Amos interview, and this is the sound check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tori, mic talk like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tori Amos, come through the door.
Does this look all right? Like this, I zipped it up. Yeah, that's good. It looks good that it's zipped.
Totally.
You know, I'm trying to keep a little bit of a Jackie-O.
There you go.
What feels comfortable to you? Some people want to go back 2 years. Some people want to go back 10. Some people want to go back more. There is a real pattern that gets us into this, you've done this to me, or you've taught me to think this way. It's like, oh, I can shift this. It doesn't mean that it doesn't take reprogramming, getting in the trenches, the releasing of the victim consciousness. It's very easy to hook into that.
Great. Thank you very much.
I enjoyed that. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Sorry, that was a long one. I like listening to you just.
Oh, you've
speak.
been wonderful. You've just been.
It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
It's
you.
an honor.
That was really fun. It was really great. She's an incredible artist.